This video shows you how to log into your Canvas account if you do not have a pre-existing Gmail or Google account. You'll know you don't if you go to accounts.google.com, and that's where you should start, accounts.google.com. Link that below. If you start at accounts.google.com, you should see this if you have no pre-existing account. If you see a username and profile information, then you already have a Google account in that computer, and as I say, a video linked below will help you through the process of logging in a second Google account. But if you see this, you're in the right video. At this screen, type in your comfsm.edu.fm account. Press Next. If you are working from an email with a temporary password, this is where you enter the temporary password, and then the next screen will take you through the process of setting your own private permanent password. If you are returning, if you've already set up your permanent password, but you're on a computer in which you haven't previously logged in on, this is where you'll enter your password. We log into Canvas through Google. That I know sounds confusing, but we access Canvas through Google. We use the Google authentication system called Single Sign-On to get into Canvas. We don't log straight into Canvas. We actually log into Google, and then we go to Canvas. This is called Single Sign-On, and it will eventually allow us to sign into other areas. Eventually, at some point, you'll be able to also sign into your MyShark from this Google account. These are the college accounts. So I'm now in my college Google account. I can see that here. I don't have a profile picture, but that's where I can always check the information, and I can log out from up here should I need to. I'm going to go ahead and open a new tab here in my browser, and I'm going to go to Canvas. I go to comfsm.instructure.com. Instructure is a company that owns Canvas, so it's actually the Instructure website on which Canvas lives. And at that point, I just press enter. Remember, I'm already logged in over here to my Google account. This may take a little time. One of the things it will ask me is which account should I use? This account here. Just click on it. I'm telling it yes. Go ahead and use that account to log me into Canvas. But depending on, as I say, rainfall, ADSL conditions, line speeds, it may take some time. It may also take a little longer if it's your first time logging in, because the browser hasn't yet stored some of the more commonly used pictures. So this can take a little bit of time, as you see here, for it to get logged in. It's now logging in. As I say, the site hasn't been loaded before. This browser doesn't know about the account, and so it's still pulling into pieces. But there they are. Now your dashboard may be blank when you first open it up. Faculty have to publish the courses before you can see them. Courses start off unpublished. The faculty have to publish their courses. You do have an inbox, though, where you can send and receive messages, including to and from your faculty and to and from other members of your classes. And so you'll be able to use that inbox once those courses get published. That's all there is to getting logged into Canvas. If you're working in the library or at one of the college computers, when you're done, you'll want to be sure you get yourself logged out. You can log out from Canvas, but remember you're still logged into your Google account here. You'll want to also sign out from that when you're done. So you're really logged in two different places. And once you've logged out, then you can head on out. That's all this video intends to cover, is to get you logged into Canvas and get you through your Google account. I hope this has been helpful, and I thank you for watching and listening.
It's impossible to imagine a modern, socially active man who does not use cell phones and Wi-Fi. Might that be harmful for male fertility? In my last video, I talked about how the sperm of men who use Wi-Fi tend to not be getting along as swimmingly well, but that was an observational study. We don't really know if Wi-Fi actually damages sperm until you put it to the test. The title kind of gives it all away, but basically, this was the first study to evaluate the direct impact of laptop use on human sperm. Here's the DNA fragmentation in samples near and far away from a laptop with an active Wi-Fi connection, suggesting one might not want to position a Wi-Fi device near the male reproductive organs. Yeah, Wi-Fi exposure may decrease human sperm motility and increase sperm DNA fragmentation, but the effect is minor. I mean, is having 10% fewer good swimmers really going to make a difference? I mean, fertile men release hundreds of millions. What is yet to be done is a study looking at bouncing baby endpoints. Do men randomized to a certain exposure have a tougher time having children? It's actually a harder study to perform than one might think. You can't just have men avoid cell phones and laptops for a day. Yes, we make millions of new sperm a day, but they take months to mature. The sperm with which you conceive today started as a preconceived notion months before. So you can imagine why such a study has yet to be done. You'd have to randomize men to essentially avoid wireless communications completely, or maybe come up with some kind of Faraday cage underwear. Another reason why one may not want to use a laptop computer on your lap is just the heat generated by the laptop itself, Wi-Fi or not, can warm men's scrotums, undermining the whole point of scrotum possession in the first place. This all dates back to a famous series of experiments back in 1968. It was an illuminating study, one might say. Sometimes they'd add a reflector to boost the heat, though the bulb alone was just as effective, but they had to move it closer to the skin. Much simpler, but more likely to result in a Jerry Lee Lewis song.
Great balls of fire.
But now we have nice cool fluorescence, but heated car seats remain a testicular heat stress factor. Saunas aren't a good idea for men trying to conceive. Sperm counts before and after, apparently cutting sperm production in half, and still down 3 months later, but apparent full recovery by 6 months. But that's why boxers, not briefs. Or go all commando. Who makes money on that, though? That's why we need a scrotal cooling device industry, though this review noted that more acceptable scrotal cooling techniques really need to be developed. Why? Whatever are they referring to? It seems the devices currently on the market are not so practical day to day. There's the curved rubber collar filled with ice cubes. Another was just like a freezer gel pack inserted into the guy's underwear every night. Not to worry, though, it thaws in 3 to 4 hours tops. Holy snowballs, Batman. Do not, I repeat, do not put an ice pack on your scrotum. A few frozen peas and carrots and you can frostbite yourself. See, sometimes even vegetables can be bad for you. Then there's the Schwitzer that keeps the scrotum damp. And finally, attached with a belt, achievement of scrotal cooling with a continuous airstream. With so many options to choose from, do laptop users really need protection from scrotal hyperthermia? You don't know until you put it to the test. And indeed, an increase in scrotal temperature was found in laptop computer users. Scrotal temperatures up a feverish 5 degrees Fahrenheit. A little scrotal warmth doesn't sound that bad, though. Then I read this case report. A previously healthy 50-year-old scientist typing out a report one evening, sitting comfortably in his favorite chair, laptop in lap, but woke up the next day with blisters, penile and scrotal blisters, that then broke and developed into infected wounds that caused extensive oozing pus. Even third-degree burns have been reported, requiring surgical intervention with skin grafts. The guy drank 12 units of vodka and passed out while watching a film on his lap, and the laptop burned through his leg. The surgeons call for a public education campaign to educate the public against the risks of using a laptop in its most literal sense. How about instead educating the public against drinking 12 units of vodka?